Tall Paul, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
We'll start off with, what was your reaction to Jim Thorpe being reinstated as the sole gold medalist in the pentathlon and decathlon of the 1912 Olympics?
I was extremely happy, and it made me feel good to know that he was finally recognized as he should be as the sole gold medalist. And then as I thought about it a little bit more, it seems like, the least they could do at the same time. But I was definitely glad in this cause for celebration.
Well, and tell us about your upcoming album release, and tell us why you labeled the album The Story of Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, so Jim Thorpe inspired me as a young Native athlete. He made me believe in myself just as a young man in general. It made me a better artist in person. He was a very inspiring story to read into as a young kid. So I called this album The Story of Jim Thorpe because it's somewhat of a biographical album about him that I was inspired to create in order to help share his legacy with the next generations of youth growing up, as well as with the wider audience and the public who are just not aware of him.
And what do you want our youth to learn about Jim Thorpe's legacy?
Just his greatness, Olympic gold medalist, ballroom dance champion, just very physically talented, gifted person, NFL Hall of Famer. He was just very accomplished. And not only that, but he was also for our people. He would advocate for Indigenous actors to be represented in their own roles rather than, having white men playing natives and things like that. So he would advocate for, us and other people of color, and he was just a good person.
And how do you hope to inspire the youth, sort of through the album? I know we've sort of touched on it, but, what specifically about the album do you hope to share with the youth?
I hope to share his story as well as a bit of mine. There's some correlations between us, learning a bit about a little bit about his history, such as, struggles with alcohol, things like that. I've been through some of those similar things. So I hope that the youth are able to see themselves in their communities in this album and in Jim Thorpe's legacy, and understand that, we can make mistakes in life and we can still overcome them. For instance, I'm 13 years sober now, college graduate, made the dean's list 3 times, raising a young, bright son who's turning into a good young man. I call him Small Paul. But I just hope they take a lot of inspiration, and more than that, discipline out of this album, and hearing it, understanding, what it takes to be successful at what you want to do in life.
Well, Tall Paul, we'll have to leave it there, but congratulations on all your accomplishments, and certainly look forward to the album.
All right, thank you.